Hi, I'm Gwen Foster. Today I want to talk about children and their remedies and how to get children to take remedies, because if you have a small child or sometimes even a big child, they cannot swallow capsules or tablets and they're always like throwing a fit. So there's a lot of things that you can do to get around this. One thing is Concord grape juice, like unsweetened, just Concord grape juice has such a strong sweet flavor. It is really excellent for hiding taste of things. If it tastes something really bad, you're still not going to get it in your kid. But if it's something like a tincture, like licorice root for their adrenals or adrenal support or something like that, or if it's, there's some things that just don't taste good, and there's some things that kids are just picky about. So I would say that Concord grape juice is going to be your best friend, because I don't know of a single kid who doesn't like grape juice. And if you can get the organic Concord grape, like the Knudsen brand, I think that tastes delicious. And you can just put it in a Dixie cup. They don't need a big glass of juice, just a Dixie cup, just enough to, or a small sippy cup, just enough to get the product down. Another thing that you can do with kids is make herbal teas. Like most herbal teas, like this is a medicinal tea called Sleep, but also like chamomile tea, like Sleepy Time Extra is a chamomile tea with valerian. Most medicinal teas, and I'm not going to say all of them, but most teas are made to taste good because they know that you're drinking it. You're not like swallowing a capsule. So most teas are okay, but if it's like ginger tea or some kind of lemongrass tea or the sleep tea or the one for anemia, you can make the tea and drain or use one of those little tea balls, drain it, and then put it in the fridge so it's cold, and then mix it with grape juice, and they'll never even taste it. Those teas are also good to use as the liquid in their smoothie, because the taste will not be strong. It'll be something that's totally okay for your child. If your child needs a digestive enzyme, like especially if they're blood type A, or they just need that extra digestive help, such a thing as HCl drops. This is sold by the Hulda Clark store, and you can put the drops directly on food and they have zero taste. So this is a great way to get the enzyme for the children, where you just put the drops on the food right before serving. You never put the drops on before cooking because it'll cook it out, but you want to put it on right before serving. It can be put right on yogurt. It can be put on literally anything. On a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, it doesn't matter. The drops are not going to be so wet it's going to change anything. Also, by the way, peanut butter can be a really good way to hide things in the peanut butter, because peanut butter also has a pretty strong taste if you think about it, and it hides things pretty well. I think it was Seinfeld's wife that wrote a cookbook about, how to hide healthy stuff in foods, like how to make I think it's brownies, like with kale in them and things like that. So there actually are pretty creative things out there if you go look. Like, I know Seinfeld's wife created a cookbook for kids, and it's a way to hide things, but smoothies are a good way. Yogurt's a good way. Concord grape juice is a good way. But mixing, or tomato sauce is a good way, because tomato sauce also has like a strong taste. If you put some herbs in tomato sauce, there already is herbs in there, oregano, basil, whatever. So they're not going to taste things unless they, if it's a bad, terrible taste, like maybe echinacea, they might have a problem. But most of the herbs, there's always a way to get one that doesn't taste too bad. I like Intramax. There's also a children's form of Intramax. It's a raspberry flavor. Depending on the age of the child, I usually recommend the adult Intramax, just because it has more nutrition in it, and it already has a peach mango flavor, which tastes like a vitamin-y peach mango, but you can still add it to grape juice, and most kids like it, or add it to a smoothie. Also, for amino acids and brain support for like depressed kids, anxious kids, learning disordered kids, amino acid therapy kids, they're not going to take 10 pills a day like amino acid things work. These sprays by Apex are awesome, and they're fruit flavored, and the dopamine one is chocolate flavored. I've never had a single person tell me their kids did not like this. It tastes like fruit juice, or it tastes like chocolate. Another thing is with the Remedy, you can put the CBD oil, you can put this in grape juice or any kind of juice in a sippy cup, and they're going to get what they need out of that. When you're talking about tinctures or anything with alcohol in them, you can do one of a few things. You can, if you don't want your child to have the alcohol part of the tincture, you can put it on very low heat on a stovetop, like in the bottle or in whatever you're going to put it in, and then the alcohol evaporates. It won't even stay in the bottle. So you can put it on low heat, let it, you don't want it cooking, like boiling. Just a low heat will make the alcohol evaporate, and that information's online if you just go look for it. So don't be scared of tinctures because of the alcohol, because there's a way to get around that. Also, like the salves and creams, like the homeopathic salves and creams, like bruises and bumps. This is by Be Gone. This is something that you should have at your home as a first aid. I also love Arnicare gel. I don't buy Boron. I don't sell it, but you can buy it anywhere. Drugstore, grocery store, health food store. It is like in my suitcase when I travel, because I always seem to hit something, or suitcase lands on my foot, or God knows what. But these are really good for kids, and they don't sting, it doesn't hurt, and it heals things very quickly. And then the last thing I like to use with kids is homeopathy, because like this is Ipecac for stomach issues. You can easily put homeopathy into the water bottle and have them drink or sip it throughout the day, so they're getting their homeopathic dose. You're not having to put the drops directly in their mouth. It also works great for dogs and pets, because you can do the same thing in the dog water bowl, so that they get their dose of homeopathy, whatever it is that they need. And I think that, be creative. Think about what your kid likes, what they can't resist, and use that as a base for giving them products. The things I would avoid, and some people try to crush up the pills. I don't think that works too good. Some pills taste terrible. Like if you've ever been into an aspirin or certain medications, they taste terrible. They're like bitter. You can't even hide that in a smoothie. Don't even try. Try to get products that, first of all, don't taste that bad to begin with, and then mix them with things that your kid loves. That way they're going to eat it. They're not going to say anything. There are some pills that when you bite on them, like calcium and magnesium, it's just chalky. You could easily put that in a smoothie and blend it up. But if you bite into it and it tastes bad, just imagine what it's going to taste like if you try to blend it. It's going to taste just as bad, and some things you just can't hide the taste of. But like I said, be creative. Use liquids when you can. I don't usually recommend pills to kids unless I know they can take them. And trying to get a small child to take a pill is just going to be a constant battle. It's going to make it a lot easier on yourself to use products that you can add to other products easily. All right, well, if you have any questions, please send me an email. Thanks.